Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 1. All we did really was set up the chessboard, right? The first episode was just about placements. Nothing else, just placements. That's what I saw. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. You know I loves me some Married to Medicine. Always have. Always have. We're in the 11th season. So this is season 11 of Married to Medicine. Now, when it comes to Married to Medicine and SpillitBoyTV, you know I'm going to give it to you straight, right? I'm going to give it to you straight. Episode 1. It was all right. It was literally, I felt like I was setting up a chessboard. That's all. I felt like we were setting up the chessboard. It was about placement. Now, some of the placements made me happy. I must say. I see what's coming. So that's cool. So I could trust the process because I'm here from the beginning, baby. I ain't never missed an episode. I know what it gives. But if I was somebody brand new coming in, I may not have hung around for another episode. I'm just being honest. But it was the setup of the chessboard. So it's cool. It's cool. They done brought me back some of my faves. People done solidified their space as to what it was supposed to be. Like I said, setting up the chessboard. But as far as the hype of the first episode, I was a little let down, but that's all right. First stop, Simone and Cecil's house. And they say, you know, we get ready to do Whitnick. Baby, what is that? What the hell? What the hell is Whitnick? Their spin on Freaknik. I said, okay. All right. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to take a step and walk backwards in the timeline of their life to when they were young and fresh and tight. And they went to Freaknik. Both of them, we had pictures of both of them from Freaknik. I said, Lord have mercy. Y'all ain't in the documentary, are y'all? I'm just asking. I seen the documentary, child. I told y'all already, Eddie. But anyway, so it's their nice little revamp of Freaknik. They are going to do this whole party, and basically, it's just nostalgia. It's a time capsule party. Basically, we're going to ghetto it up. We're going to go back to the 90s, and let's do it. Hairstyles and everything should be a bunch of fun. I have to say, even from watching it, I would be willing to bet money that it was more fun being there than actually watching. I don't think the fun that they were having actually came off the screen for me. I'm willing to bet money. I really am. I'm willing to bet money that they had more fun being there at this event than we actually had. Me personally had watching. Because remember, I was around in the 90s. So I could just imagine, like, you know, getting the whole nostalgia feel going, hearing the music and the songs being played. Because you could tell they had everything there. All the nostalgic things were there. They had 40 ounces. And, baby, I could tell you about people with 40 ounces. A 40 ounce, honey, will have a person in the middle of the damn playground acting a damn slut, honey, down to the playground in the ghetto, honey, a 40 ounce. Anyway, but I believe it was more fun being there than actually watching this. But that's what they were doing. They were getting that together. Very quickly, we saw Cecil is now the spokesperson for Miss Quad. Miss Quad. Cecil's like, what about Quad? What about Quad? Are you going to talk to Quad? You got to patch things up with Quad. Simone is being Simone. Simone is in her bitch phase, and she's like, I ain't really trying to make up with Quad right now. I just ain't really feeling it. I ain't really trying to give her all that. You know, Quad wants apologies. It just is what it is. And everybody's kind of on board with like, you know what? It is what it is. What went down with Quad, there was a lot. There was a lot in the way of social media. Social media didn't like what happened with Quad. Now that's just flat out. When people think that social media, we don't matter, we do. We matter. People like me that does this, people see us. People see us, people hear us, and what we say does matter. It does matter. And the court of public opinion, don't you ever think for one moment that the court of public opinion does not matter. Yes, it does. And you can see it in what happened. They basically voted Quad off of the island, and the people said, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. And why would y'all do it like that? And a lot of people said, well, that's what she gets because that's what happened to Mariah and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? The court of public opinion didn't stand up for Mariah the way they stood up for Miss Quad because who is Miss Quad? Miss Quad, Miss Quad, she got it, she got it. Those of you hate her, those of you who love her, she is who she is. She is the original Married to Medicine breakout girl. That's who she is. And you see how the apologies is coming in. You see how things moved. Court of public opinion. Court of public opinion. And Mariah and Quad aren't the same. Sorry, not sorry. Moving right on along. Next, and I said it, and I know there's gonna be some people mad. Stay mad. Who cares? I said what I said. That's how I feel. That's how I saying it. I said what I said. Now, what you could do, you don't like what I said? Go on down there in them comments and write. I said what I said. Moving on. Heavenly and Quad. Now, Heavenly. Are you always a clown, ma'am? Always. You know, came to the girl's house. The first thing you do when you get to her house is break glass in her damn driveway. I said, only Heavenly. And she was so disgusted when that vase slipped from up underneath there and broke on that ground. Heavenly was like, the fuck? You know, I said, it's always something with Heavenly. And she funny when she ain't trying to be, she wasn't trying to be funny. She ain't dropped that vase on purpose. She dropped that vase. She was so disgusted. And I was like, no, get you a broom and get that goddamn glass up out of the girl's damn driveway, Heavenly. I fell out laughing. Anyway, Heavenly come in and she addressed, she said, you know what? After I sat back and I thought about what went on, you know, and got a chance to sit with it, I felt like it was a bit harsh. How things were actually handled, it was a bit harsh. And like I said, Cecil was hopeful. Simone was kind of over it. But that's basically in that little visit to Quad's house. I said, woo, Quad, easy. Child, listen, they did this pan around view of Quad down at the damn front door. I said, whoa, watch that dress, sister. They always talk about Quad's butt. And is it real? If it ain't real, child, y'all can see it. I said, girl, well, you just showed everything just then, sister. That damn sunlight went and told it all. I said, oh, shit, Quad. I said, Lord have mercy. But the house is beautiful. The house is beautiful. Yeah. And she seems chill. She seemed like she cool. When we ended out, she was a little shooketh. I think she was a little shook. And to be quite honest, I don't know if she actually knew that the court of public opinion was actually going to be in her favor the way that it was. You know what I mean? But she seemed a little shook when she first left. You know, when we first got done, we got finished with the season, and then we did the reunion. She seemed a little shook. She seemed a little drained. It was a lot. It really, really was a lot, and it was hard to watch. Whether you like her or don't like her, that was a lot. You put yourself in that position like, damn, like everybody turn on you, and don't nobody want to be bothered, and nobody wants to hear what you have to say. Nobody care. Right, wrong, or indifferent, don't nobody care. That's a lot. That's a lot. And then it's like everybody brought everything from 900 years. Boom. You did this back in 2000. You did that back in 1995. It's like, whoa, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Right, wrong, or indifferent. It was a lot. But she seemed a lot more relaxed. And then again, time has gone by. She had a lot of other stuff going on at the time, too. The one thing with Simone, I don't know why you're holding on to this bitchdom, because Simone, you totally were wrong. When you brought up this situation about what actually happened when y'all were in New York, you were completely out of order. And the truth of the matter is, if I was her, I'd probably never speak to you again. So that would probably be the way that would be. Nobody would have to convince you to talk to me, because I wouldn't be talking to your ass. So that's the truth, because that was, I was that bothered me. Y'all know I like Simone, but that was a bit much. That was a bit much. So this whole attitude that you still got, you need to squash that. You need to go sit down. Anyway, next we go over here. This was kind of funny because y'all know I don't do the sweet tea thing. That woman, I just. Listen, I like Dr. Gregory. Okay? Dr. Gregory's cool. He cool. We here. Like we always been. Okay? That new wife, that sweet tea, I just couldn't get with her. I'm sorry. It's just something about her. I don't know. Gregory, don't take it personal. You got to lay up with her. I don't. Something about sweet tea, I just can't. It just make me want a Pepsi. I just can't. I just can't. And to keep from just tearing her up, I just kind of just don't talk about the man's wife. I just don't talk about her. I mean, the lady. I just don't talk about her. Okay? I told Dr. Heavenly when I was over the grocery, she gotta go. She gotta go. Throw the whole motherfucker in the garbage. But she just don't give me nothing that makes me feel like married to medicine. She just, like I said, she's sweet tea and I just want a Pepsi. So I don't be talking about this broad. I just be like, all right, whatever. He done went on over there to Phaedra. We're going over to the Phaedra's house. And her and Gregory, they go over to Phaedra's. They're going to teach her how to swim. Other people feel about sweet tea just like I feel about sweet tea. They think she unnecessary. And I'm going to tell you why. And then I'm going to move on from it. Did you all notice how they're teaching her how to swim, right? Phaedra and her boys. And then when we got ready to do, of course we see the boy. We love the boys. So we see the boys. They're in the pool, this, that, and the other, helping her and all that. And they teaching her how to float and all that. But then we get ready to do the grown-up stuff. I hope y'all ready for this. We get ready to do the grown-up stuff. And we go over to the table. And we're going to have a little conversation. Who was at the table? Help me, somebody. Who was at the table? Gregory and Phaedra. Where was Sweet Tea? in the pool with Phaedra's kids. They left all the kids in the pool. And that was I don't even know what the hell Phaedra and Gregory were even talking about. Really. I think it was more about Heavenly and because that's all it ever is. It's Heavenly and Letitia, Sweetie, and their issue, and now it's the issue about she said something about Heavenly's practice. Heavenly said something about that's what happened. Tried to think. She said something about Heavenly's practice. Heavenly said something about Gregory's practice. Gregory got in his fee-fees. Next. Truth of the matter is, the funny part about the scene, don't nobody care. Nobody care. And of course, Phaedra was like, well, I feel like Heavenly has been mean. She's been a little mean. I guess I'm mean too, because the funny part to me with this whole thing, I didn't care about now what they was talking about. I just noticed that when it got time to do some filming and do some talking about something to build a storyline, they left her black ass over there in the damn pool with the kids. Moving right the hell along. Next, let's go over here. Heavenly and Simone had a little dinner. And that's where we got all of the talk about the actual who came for who and who's practice and all of that. We actually had that go on. It was a dinner over at Heavenly's house. They had the little hibachi man and all that. And I was like, okay, this man is throwing meat. Yeah, it's something about that. I ain't, that's a Jamesism, having a SpillitBoyTV-ism. I ain't nobody throwing no meat in my mouth from across the table. Call me uncultured. Ain't no strange Asian man throwing no meat in my mouth from across the table. I've always looked at that. Something about that just don't sit well with me. I'm sorry. I just can't get with it. But anyway, they were doing all that. That was cute little setup. I said, oh, that's cute. Moving on. Heavenly feels like she did owe an apology to Gregory. And everything to try to move things along. Simone feels that she does owe an apology to Quad. Because I thought she's going to start talking all evil, honey. Because it was funny at that whole meeting when they were talking. And Cecil kept saying, but Quad this and Quad that. She's like, okay, the spokesperson for Quad. I was like, okay, Cecil, back down. And what she didn't know at the time sitting there, Cecil had actually invited Quad to Whitnick, and she didn't. That's what I said, she's still on that bullshit. She hadn't invited Quad. She invited everybody else. She didn't invite Quad. She says she do feel like she owes a apology. Absolutely. Yeah, that pretty much was it for that. That was pretty much it for that. Nice little dinner over at Heavenly and Damon's house. It was a nice little dinner. It didn't get loud. Simone didn't act too bitchy. Simone's still being Simone, though. You can still see it all over. And then we left from there and we went straight on to Whitnick. And Whitnick, I'll just tell you, just some of the things that just stuck out for me because it really wasn't. That's what I'm saying. It was probably more fun being there. Their outfits and stuff, child. Heavenly did this whole wig piled up on top of her head was a mess. a mess. It was a whole ode to Baps. A mess. A mess. Yeah, all the outfits was just like, okay. Now, Phaedra's wig was something serious. You hear me? It was this whole ombre, fuchsia blonde. That hair was all right, Phaedra. She had these boots. I was like, now, Phaedra, I don't know that that's so much the 90s, Phaedra, but okay. The shorts, your little booty shorts and all that. But good thing to have Contessa and Dr. Scott actually showed up for Whitnick. Like I said, we were setting up the chessboards. Contessa's behind. I'm back. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Did Contessa get some work done? No shade. But did you get some work done? You was looking a little shiny, my sis. I was like, all right, Contessa. So Contessa and Scott are back. So it was good to see them. And then they said ignorant. Scott performed his little song, and they shaded the hell out of him. Leave Scott alone. Let him live his little dream. T.S. Madison was in the background. So I see my sister rolling around. I said, look at you, girl. She had on her little jumpsuit, her little looked like graffiti jumpsuit, her ponytail. She had the half up, half down ponytail. She walked around back there. Quad was late in true Quad fashion. She was late. And you know, they all pulled up in the booming system cars. Honey. I was like, who are these folks? There really wasn't anything really going on. You just had to be there. I'm thinking it was a day party, and it turned into, it was starting to get evening. Next thing you know, we got Heavenly and Sweet Tea get started. Sweet Tea, for some reason, decides that it's a good idea to go talk to Damon. She gonna tell on Heavenly. I said, and I think Heavenly had a few swigs of old E, honey. And she walked around and said, Damon, call her for Damon. Damon's over there, Sweet Tea over there telling. Steady telling him, and I'm looking at him, and he's like, Jesus, I don't think you go through that with Alora. You over there telling on Heavenly. And that goddamn Heavenly come over there and told her, have your mama talk to me. I don't want to talk to you no more. Have your mama talk to me. I say, here you go with that your mama shit. Have your mama talk to me. Get this bitch out my face. I said, oh, Heavenly. See, Heavenly. What? See, you and Sweet Tea ain't never going to get it. Cause she just don't respect the child. She don't. And the truth of the matter, she don't. Heavenly handles Sweet Tea like Sweet Tea is one of Alora's friends, not like she's one of her and Damon's friends. And she said, girl, go get your mama and tell your mama to come back and talk to me. Get this bitch out my face. I said, Lord have mercy. And Sweet Tea's like, she better, because the next step. Throw the whole child in the garbage. I was just like, Lord have mercy. And I don't know why they want to keep, let's not, because Gregory, I don't think you want it with Damon. Like, you and Damon don't need to have no issues like that, fooling with no Sweet Tea and no damn Heavenly. It's crazy. And Lord have mercy, and Heavenly's crazy behind. When Heavenly sat up there and said, oh, Lord, when Contessa, I said, Heavenly, I seen you. When Contessa came and you went and walked behind the people, what you doing, Heavenly? Tough ass. What you over there hide behind the people? You ain't no extra, nigga. You ain't no... You ain't no extra, sis. Stand on up there. What did you have behind them people? When Contessa, she gonna say, I don't know, is Contessa coming? Was her and Sweet Tea, they gonna take turns whooping my ass? Maybe, Mounthamatic. But when I seen her, when she laughed and you know, she be laughing and went and walked behind her. I get your ass from behind them people, tough guy. You're going behind the people. I cracked up. It's that heavily. It's too much of too many things. They ain't gonna let her get you, child. Contessa not gonna beat you, girl. Come on from behind them people, Dr. Heavenly. Child. Anyway, but this was it. It was cool. It was cool. Was it? I'm just glad they're on. So I'll just say that. You know I love this show. You know, of all the reality shows that there is, Married to Medicine is actually my favorite one. Well, let me take that back. Married to Medicine is my favorite one that's on television right now. My favorite reality show is by far was R&B Divas. But I love Married to Medicine. So it's cool. But I was just expecting something. Boom! But it's coming. Trust the process. Married to Medicine always delivers. They always deliver. So the boom is coming. This was the setup of the chessboard. I promise you. The boom, 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 boom is coming. And I'll be sitting right here for it. And I'm going to walk you right on through it. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'm going to catch y'all next week. Baby, we into it now. Married to Medicine. Yes, indeed. Happy holidays, everybody. They here early this time. Yes, indeed.